Hello, my little crafty monsters. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So, in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making these adorable cards. They're actually birthday cards. I know they look really fancy. Well, do you guys recognize the paper? Do you recognize that? Yeah. That rose paper used to be a napkin. If you guys saw that tutorial before this one, then you guys would have saw how we turned that napkin into cardstock. And now that cardstock is a card. Cardstock, it's a card. I don't come up with these, I swear. So, this is what we're going to be making in this tutorial today. I'm going to show you how to make these little bad boys. They're oh my god. They're super easy and they're really simple. What were you gonna say, boo-boo? Like, seriously. Okay, you guys are getting out of control already. I mean, you are making words come out of my mouth that are not really even coming out of my mouth. Anywho, I know you guys want to get down and dirty, so let's get down and dirty with the crafting, and I will see you guys in a bit. Hola, hola, my little crafty monsters. So in this fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making these birthday cards, and we are going to use these napkin cardstock that we made. Well, we made them out of napkins. If you haven't seen that tutorial, there's one before this. You guys should check that out. So let's grab our scissors, and we're going to go ahead and cut out this die that I have by Sizzix, and it is a Tim Holtz one as well. I guess he's the designer, and it just cuts out like this little, I want to call it a lattice. I always call things like this a lattice, and I know that it's not, but anyway, we're gonna cut that out. That's normally for, you know, just to do an opening on a card or something, but in this case we're gonna go ahead and cut out that, you know, that cut, and we're going to apply that to our cards. So this is the part where we are going to go ahead and separate those little bad boys. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them, and I'm going to leave like about 1/4 of an inch, or 1/8 of an inch actually. 1/8 of an inch of border around the whole entire card. And so the straight part, I cut it with my paper trimmer, and then the rest we'll just use our scissors just to go ahead and cut along where that actual die is. See how pretty that is? And then you could add that to any kind of project that you want. So right here, I'm just doing the same thing because, like I said, I like to show you guys twice so that, you know, sometimes seeing it that second time always helps. So anyways, after we have these little bad boys done, we're going to go ahead and prep the rest of our stuff, which is cut down these little guys, because we will use this one as the second mat. So there's going to be a black mat, and then there's going to be this one. But I want to leave this as like the focal point, because that was the whole idea. And so now we're going to go ahead and just stamp the sentiment on the inside of our card base. And also too, guys, if you guys don't know about card bases, there will be a link in the bottom about card bases for you guys, and that'll get more into details about sizes and, you know, score lines and all that stuff. So just use your T-ruler to straighten out your little sentiment as straight as you possibly can, and then pick it up with your little Stamp Perfect or whatever tool that you're using to stamp, and then go ahead and stamp that little bad boy. I really love using this tool because it really helps out with making sure that you get a crisp, beautiful stamp. And I really, really love the way this stamp is. I purchased this stamp at Michael's. They have it in the planner section, as a matter of fact. So I purchased this around, I want to say it was around Christmas time last year. So not that long ago, only a few months ago. So they might still have them, but anyway. So I'm sure you guys have different stamps that you could use. I just wanted a really big happy birthday in the middle, because in the front, we're just going to keep it simple, and we're going to use celebrate. And so we're also going to emboss that little sucker in the front just to give it that extra gold foiled look. And so right here, we're just going to go ahead and pick our Celebrate stamp, and we're going to go ahead and prepare that with our little static free pouch, and then get our our water. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Our Versamark watermark stamp, and we're going to stamp Celebrate. And then after, we're going to go ahead and add some gold emboss powder to that. And then we're going to leave that on the side and stamp this again, because we're going to need 2 of those. But I'm going to cut them so close that the edges, they're not really going to have that much of an edge. So that's going to actually help out. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and cut that little stuff out. Well, first we're going to restamp this because I accidentally touched that C on one of the Celebrates. So we're going to have to do this little bad boy one more time. That's what happens. Make sure that when you do this, if you're not going to heat it right away, make sure you put it somewhere where you're not going to retouch it, because that powder will come off easily. That's what happened right here. So just clean your stamp, put it away, and then let's go ahead and add the heat to these little suckers before I touch them and mess this up again, because we do not want that to happen. So right here, you're just going to go ahead and add the heat, and then we'll go ahead and cut these little bad boys to the size. But first, let's glue all of our mats down so that we know exactly what size we're going to want to make the sentiment in the middle. So right here, you could use any kind of adhesive you want. If you want to go ahead and use like double-sided tape, if you want to use a tape runner, whatever it is. Now remember, if you saw the video when we made this cardstock, I told you guys you would never see the backing of that paper. This is why. So anyways, this is where I'm going to put the lattice. I'm going to put one going up and one going down. I was going to use these little flowers in here, but for some reason I just didn't think it went. In my head, it kind of looked cute, but then once I placed it in front of the card, yeah, I just said we're going to go ahead and exclude that little sucker out. And so like I said, we're not really going to cut these too big. We're going to cut them pretty close to the word, and that's just so that it doesn't take up too much space, because I want to layer this with 2 other colors. I'm going to layer it with a black, and then I'm going to layer that with like a metallic gold, so that there's some gold in there as well. I've been really stuck with this gold, black, and cream color for some reason. If you guys have been following my videos, you guys have noticed that I don't know. Well, I mean, I like using gold on a lot of things, but I don't like gold jewelry. I like gold on stuff, but not on jewelry. I don't know why. Anywho, go ahead and just trim this to however length that you want, and then just remember that I'm gonna go ahead and back this up on some metallic gold paper. Now you don't have to, you guys could go ahead and skip this part, but for the most part, I want a little bit of gold peeping out on the edges of this sentiment, just so that it could go ahead and have that little extra something, you know? Not that this card needs it, because that paper in the back, I mean, I really think that paper is super nice. And that was one of the biggest reasons why I decided to turn that into cardstock, because I knew that it would make a perfect Mother's Day card or a birthday card. Now, obviously, like, I wouldn't do it for a mother, because well, I guess I could give one to my sister. She is a mother. But anyways, so go ahead and add glue onto your little lattice piece or whatever it is, and then go ahead and attach that to the front. Now you could just skip this part and not add this if you don't have this little element, but for the most part, like, I did want to add it because I thought that it just looked a lot cuter. And right here is kind of hard to add the glue. So what I'm doing is I'm just touching the tip to the paper and I am not pushing at all, so that whatever glue is on the tip of that, that's what was applied onto this little intricate die that we did. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add the sentiment kind of in an angle in the front of this. And I'm going to use some hot glue because I want this to be secured. I want this not to move anywhere at all. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do here. And then we're going to add some little roses because it's just to make the little paper in the back really stand out, because you have these little 3D roses. This is my little bucket of flowers, guys. These are all paper flowers that I have purchased. And they all have the color written in the front, so I know what color I'm grabbing. So we're gonna add 2 cream and 1 red is basically what I have decided. Now, I could have gotten a little bit more, and I added some other colors of the paper flowers, of the colors that are in the background on the paper, but for the most part, I just wanted to keep it safe and just went with the cream and the white. I mean, the cream and the red. See, he is really colorblind, boo-boo. So, anywho, this is the way that little card looks. I really think it looks adorable. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I have a different taste. Everybody has different tastes. So this might not be pleasing to others, to some, but for me it is. I think it's pretty. I think it looks really cute for, for a female on her birthday. How cute is that? Right? So we're going to add a little bit of the gold before we finish up this little tutorial. And I like adding this little gold gel pin to the edge of these little flowers because it just gives them a little bit of something. So then you have a little bit of gold on those flowers too. And that's how easy it is to make these little bad boys, guys. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make these little bad boys. Let's see if in this part of the video I could talk, because I don't know why I was getting tongue twisted. Seriously, that was getting a little cray cray right there, Bobo. Words were trying to come out that were not even supposed to be coming out. I don't even know what I was going to say, seriously. Anywho, see, these videos are not edited. I'm just going to throw it out there no matter how big of a fool I look. Anyhow, so these are the little cards that we made with those napkins. How freaking cute was this, right? And so I didn't want to really take too much from the background, from the actual napkin. So I just left it kind of simple. I just put the sentiment, this little lattice, and then those little paper flowers. I don't know if you could see that gold that I hit on those little paper flowers. I just think that gives it a little extra something, boo-boo. And so, so yeah, these are the cards. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that inspires you guys to make your cardstock out of some napkins that maybe you've been holding on to, because I know every crafter has napkins. Seriously, I have never heard of a crafter who doesn't have some sort of decorative napkins or a napkin because they were sent to them. So, make something with it. Make an embellishment, make a card. Make whatever it is that you guys want. I mean, whatever fancies you, Fancy. I just got that from a movie. Isn't that cute? Anyway, so whatever fancies you. And I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, because you need to subscribe. And you also need to hit that notification and the bell icon so that you guys will get notified every time I upload a video, because that's how you will get notified. And so share and tell a friend. That's definitely important. And I hope you guys are going around asking people like I told you. Anywho, guys, that's it for now. Goodbye.